Today, I am going to share with you the reason why education is almost meaningless in Africa. Okay, so before I dive into the story, I want you to, chill, sit back. If you got a coffee, grab a coffee because you will find confidence in what I'm saying, and I am going to advise you what to do if you have a kid that you want to put into school. Okay, so what you need to do is pay attention to this video from the beginning to the end, because the ending part is really going to make sense more than you never really anticipate. Okay, before I dive in, I have a couple of friends who went through education. They started from primary to secondary to university level, and they finished university, and today they don't have any job. Now people began to say, oh, these people, the reason why they do not have job is because when they were in school, they were not focusing in school. And that is true. So many people in university currently right now in Africa, they don't pay attention when they are in the school. When they're in school, they kind of mingle with people that do courtesan. They engage themselves in fight. They do a whole lot of stuff that literally make them, they don't even focus on the education. So at the end, they're coming out with almost zero grade, right? But there are also bunch of people out there who literally have focus and pay attention to all through their life activities in school, and they got the brain and they got the knowledge, but they don't have someone who can put them in the political position or in any job, because they don't have any relatives that are in any position. If you don't have someone who is in a political position in Africa, you will actually waste all your time in education. So what I'm going to tell you now is, you as a beginner, you that wants to start school, I want to tell you exactly what you should do if you have that passion that you want to go to school. Because I myself, I'm still in school, and today I am regretting the reason why I started school. I have made previous videos talk about this whole thing, how I regretted going to school. I have made a lot of videos concerning the whole thing, but today I just want to tell you that is about to start what you should do. If you are a parent watching this video, this video is very, very important to you. Very, very important, because it's going to help you build your child to your own standard. Okay, instead of you starting a school with a full-time, like going to school in full-time and doing nothingness, but paying all attention and all your focus and all your activities in school, I suggest you put your child to start learning handwork when he or she is in primary 6 or is in secondary school, JSS1, JSS2, stuff like that. Because at the university level is the most critical level, or I should say is the most critical point in every child or every adolescent or every youth's life. Okay, so you have to put your child in place where he can acquire handwork. He can learn how to maybe repair a phone, how to repair a system. Can even learn a mechanic if he wants to study engineering in school. Understand? Because a lot of people, my friend, like the story I wanted to say before, my friend who graduated, he got second class upper, but today he's just roaming about on the street. He has nothing doing. He don't even have any money to even raise to say, okay, he wants to purchase a bike so that he could be a bike man and be making money for himself and his family. He don't have any money. He don't have nothing. And when he was in the school, he was also a sales boy. This is a very great mistake you can ever make in your life as a girl or as a boy. Don't you ever be a sales girl. I'm going to make a video about that whole thing and the reason why you should never be a sales girl. Okay, but in this video I'm focusing on the education level. A lot of people who finish school, there are almost millions of youths who finish school and serve as a youth corporal, and today they don't have anything that they're literally doing. They're just roaming about in the society. Some are causing nuisance, some joined courtesan and so on. And this is why African education seems to be meaningless. And because of this whole thing that they do, because of the behavior they possess after school, sometimes so many of them join cultists. Some people decide to join different cult activities that's going on that actually lure them into doing what they did not even have in mind that they were going to be doing in that point in their life. So because of that behavior, now so many Western countries are bounding Africa from coming into their own country, and that alone I will talk about it because that is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. You are banning people in Africa from going into your country, but you feel like you have a free will to come into the Africa and do whatever you want to do. That is crazy, and I do not accept that in my own opinion, my own ideology. That is not my dictionary. And if I ever have my own power to make a law, if you are banning my country, definitely I'm going to ban your own people, but that's going to be in another video anyway. So that is some of the reason. There is corruption. There's corruption in every aspect in Africa. There is so much corruption eating African, and there is no one to stand up and speak about it. If you ever try to stand up, they will silence you. Neither they decide to or they will give you they will pay you and you will just shut up almost for eternity. That's just it. And that is why Africa remains undeveloped. Up to today, you will only have found few African countries that are well developed. But you look at the life of Nigerians, Ghana, Kenya, and so many other Africa countries, it's undevelopment is killing them, and there is no hope for the less privileged, for the poor people who are even going to school are just wasting their entire life in the school, wasting everything. They could have start business or start learning skills, learning how to be more productive rather than going to school. But in other aspect, if you reason it in other way, if education should shut down in any given country, that country will die entirely. That is just it. The country will die entirely, because without education there is no production. That's it. That is it. If you found anything meaningful, or if you found anything you really want to share in the comment section. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's keep posting, let's keep making videos like this, and let's start creating awareness. Let people start knowing their rights and what they should be doing at the point in the time in their life. Remain blessed.